What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. House of the Dragon Season 2 is finally back.
Hey, say it correctly. Hot D.
Hot D is here.
The Hot
finally.
D is back.
It's been 86 years. It's been forever. It's felt like forever. I went back and checked our reaction to Season 1 finale.
Yeah.
So much has changed. Everything's changed. This whole section has changed.
Oh, we moved.
We moved and everything. So yeah, it's been a long time, and we're gonna keep this short. At least try to. I always say we're gonna keep it short, and then I end up rambling for 12 minutes or something.
As you know.
But I'm just so excited that the show's back. This has been my most anticipated show for a long time. I absolutely loved Season 1. It was
really good.
It was epic, and the way the story was told once we got past like the time jumps and everything. And Season 1 ended with such a cliffhanger that it's been, anytime you think about this show, it's just like, oh my god, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
What's gonna happen? Where Luke ended up dying on his dragon because Aemon couldn't control his dragon. I mean, Vhagar is absolutely massive and just the most giant thing ever. And
This is a dope dragon.
that's gonna just squash any potential whatever was building between Rhaenyra and Alicent and that whole situation. Obviously, Rhaenyra having her claim because Viserys claimed her, but while he was like dying, he told Alicent that it needed to be, it's a giant mess. And we're here in this spot now, and it felt like things were potentially moving into a good spot, and then Rhaenyra got the news. Daemon shared it with her, and yeah, this feels like it's going to just all out escalation of gigantic dragon war,
God.
Holy shit, bring it, because there's dragons on all sides.
Yes.
And I mean, I don't know where y'all stand. You guys could obviously share in the comments where you are currently to this day. Obviously, I'm rocking a Daemon shirt, so I'm Team Rhaenyra and, you know, Team Red or Team Black.
Team Black.
Team Black.
Team Black all day. I need to see some black hearts in the chat. Well, wait a minute. We don't know what's going to happen, so hold off on the hearts.
Things could go in a sideways direction. Who knows?
Yeah.
But if you're Team Green, drop that in there too. And if you're Team Black, drop that in there. I mean, you can't really see it, but I got the Targaryen flag over my shoulder right here. But yeah, Season 2, so excited and can't wait to see where they go with this show. Some things that have changed in terms of the channel and stuff. Full watch-along reactions are over on Patreon. We also offer that stuff here on YouTube with the memberships, so you can join with links down below. So obviously go check that stuff out. If you're into the full watch-along reactions or full watch-along, you gotta bring your own copy and all that stuff. So yeah, here we go. Season 2. You ready for
D,
it?
yes.
Hot D is back. Let's go. Back.
I know. I like this. The tapestry with blood.
I mean, honest debate. I don't think it's much of a debate, but y'all try to debate. Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, this universe has the best theme music. This opening is the best.
Yes, I mean, Game of Thrones music is fantastic. I mean, it's still the ringtone for my phone. I mean, who has their phone on, like, actual sound, though? But my phone's been on vibrate for 20 years.
Wow, that's really cool looking.
Crow.
I love the song already. It feels so familiar.
Duty is sacrifice. It eclipses all things, even blood.
Wow.
All men of honor must pay its price. The North owes a great duty to the Seven Kingdoms.
Oh,
One older than any oath.
We're in Winterfell.
Oh, hey! Arya!
Through
Sorry.
its long tradition, the Night's Watch
Sorry, I'm wearing
cultivated
an Arya
strength
shirt,
from
not
doomed
Arya.
men who had their life as their only possession. But my ancestor, Torrhen Stark, began a tradition by making an offering at the onset of winter.
Oh, the Starks.
1 in 10 men from our household was to be chosen to fortify the watch. This is not a sentence, but an honor. A duty embraced by all who serve the North, even by mine own kin.
Wow.
That is cool.
Winter is coming.
Winter is coming.
What is this then that falls from the skies and shivers my bones?
This is only a late summer snow, my prince.
Sweet summer child.
Pleases me to think that over a century ago our ancestors treated in this very place the conqueror and the king in the north.
King in the North. Sorry.
You at least had the mercy not to threaten me with your dragon.
Surely the great Torrhen Stark would have sooner died than bent the knee, unless he believed the Conqueror could bring unity to the Seven Kingdoms.
You are right in that.
That unity is now threatened. The realm will soon tear itself apart if men do not remember the oath sworn to King Viserys and to his rightful heir.
Starks do not forget their oaths. My gaze is forever torn between north and south. In winter, my duty to the wall is even more dire than the one I owe to King's Landing. I need my men here.
Whilst your men guard against wildlings and weather, the High Tower's plan to usurp the throne. If my mother is to defend her claim, she needs an army. War is coming to the whole of the realm, my lord. We cannot wage it without the support of the North.
What a shot.
My father brought King Jaehaerys, Queen Alicent to see the wall. His grace stood at this very outlook and watched as their dragons, the greatest power in the world, refused to cross it. Do you think my ancestors built a 700-foot wall of ice to keep out snow and savages?
What does it keep out?
Death.
So good.
This feels so familiar. Just being at the wall with Starks, Winterfell, the opening music.
I have thousands of greybeards who have already seen too many winters. They are well honed.
So they're old.
I can ready them to march at once.
If your greybeards can fight, the Queen will have them.
They will fight hard, like Northerners.
A raven's arrived. Urgent news from Dragonstone.
Yeah. Get home, bud. I missed the dragons. Oh, that's cool. Oh, never mind. That was not him. It's Rhaenys. Huh.
Take your mount again. We're flying out.
I alone patrol over 100 miles of open sea to hold the blockade. Maelys must gorge and rest, as must I.
We're going to King's Landing.
To what end?
Killing Vhagar. I cannot face that hoary old bitch alone. With my dragon and yours together, we can kill Vhagar and her rider. Make it a son for a son.
Wow.
Was this the Queen's
The
command?
Queen remains absent. I should be at Harrenhal, bending knees, but I must instead remain here to wage her war. She has been gone for days. Too long, she is exposed.
She is grieving.
As the Queen shirks her duties.
Dude, that's your wife and or niece.
Daemon's hardcore.
A raven has told Rhaenyra that her son is dead. She needs to know it for certain.
She was a fool to go alone. What if Aemond were to happen upon her?
Then I would pity Aemond.
If you'd have acted when you had the chance, Aegon's line would be extinguished, and Luke would be alive.
Dang.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Fly with me. It is a command.
Would that you were the king.
Oh.
I love the wide just shot, just pushing in. You just see silhouette of a dragon. Amazing.
That's a shot. That would be cool on a canvas.
What's up, Queen?
She's going through a lot right now. Her babies.
The establishing shots so far in this first episode have been fantastic.
I know. So good. I think I need to get my Game of Thrones notebooks back out, writing stuff down.
Dragon! Arm the scorpion! Bring it around! Raise elevation!
Jesus.
Stand down, it's Vhagar! Stand down!
Dude. Giant.
You almost died right now.
That dragon is fucking massive.
I love it.
Where is Jaehaerys?
Attending his lessons.
And those aware?
What do you need of him?
Taken into the small council. He'll be king one day. He must begin his instruction.
What if he does not want to be king?
Where is he?
The library. You must not interrupt his custom.
I couldn't hear what she was whispering, by the
I'm
way.
afraid.
Don't be.
Right, because she does tell the future.
Not the dragons. The rats.
Is that a alternative meaning? Like the rats.
Yeah.
Like the little birds.
I just like the way everyone's like, what? What rats?
Yeah.
The rats.
Good morrow, my lords. What news?
What is that little ass kid gonna learn under these
I
circumstances?
don't know, but
right
he's
now?
damn adorable.
Stormlands should be ours after Prince Aemon's marriage pact to the Lady Floris Baratheon. I anticipate their sworn declaration.
My brother is raising the strength of the West, amassed the Golden Tooth. But my prince, that's very helpful.
My letters to Rhaenyra. Has there been any answer?
An apology for her dead son?
None. Between that and their blockade of the gullet, we must presume that the princess has refused the offered terms, and that war is now inevitable.
Release it at once. Would someone please?
Is the heir to the throne bothering you, Tyland?
No, not in the least, Your Grace.
Because I think he wants a ride.
Your Grace.
A ride?
A pony ride. Should the Master of Coin be your royal steed?
Go ride a Lannister.
Oh my god, how demoralizing.
Rhaenyra's blockade has placed King's Landing under strain.
Well, we should have just killed her when we had the chance.
We must play the board before us.
If we are to break the Sea Snake's blockade, we will need to bolster both the Lannister and Hightower navies.
We do have need for a new master of ships. We could offer the title to the young Lord Dalton of Greyjoy.
Aemon,
Greyjoy.
you do not have a seat at this council.
Aemond is my closest blood and our best sword. I welcome him.
Path to King's Landing is through the Riverlands. We must establish a toehold there.
The River Lords will either declare for me, or they will meet Rhaegar and Sunfire together.
Rhaenyra has dragons as well.
Mine are bigger.
Okay.
Fat old Lord Tully will either raise my banner or see his burn. We should fly to River Run.
Vhagar is needed here to deter Rhaenyra from attacking, in retribution for the death of her son.
Errors were made in the hours following King Viserys' death. We mustn't compound them. You've already demonstrated your might, Your Grace. We must now favor patience and restraint.
Oh my god.
Aegon's like a child in charge.
Oh my god, an absolute toddler.
It's like, dude.
Good morning, Your Grace.
More feet pics?
I have completed questioning the whole of the castle staff. They produced rather interesting details, but I am satisfied I have exposed all who betrayed our trust.
And what of them?
They no longer breathe our air.
Oh shit.
I've chosen your new staff personally.
Oh, shit.
Aww.
Dragon!
So beautiful.
It's like, get out of here.
Mom said.
What's her dragon's name? Cyrex? Is that how you say it?
It's been a minute.
Oh my god.
That's awful. Is that some of his armor too?
When the morning's done, what kind of rage is Rhaenyra gonna be in?
I don't know.
Aegon the Magnanimous.
I'm so sorry. Magnanimous? I don't remember that.
Hail King Aegon!
Boo!
See, even he's like the magnanimous. What does that mean?
Don't cut yourself.
or cut yourself. That's great.
How might your king be of service?
'Tis my flock. A tenth of them taken by the crown on the cusp of winter. If I'd had the time to plan,
We should
perhaps.
return them. You need your goats for the winter, don't you?
Sheep, your grace.
Sheep, even better. I shall make your flock of sheep whole.
We already made a promise to all the crown lands that a tithing of livestock would be necessary to sustain the dragons for their increased activity, and pray not.
Perhaps we could just return his sheep. He came all this way.
If you return one herd of sheep, your grace, you'll soon find them all at the foot of your throne expecting the same.
They won't know.
I don't think he's getting it. By the way, what I just said, rewind.
I cannot restore your sheep. If war were to break out, my dragons will require feed. Bring the next.
What a tool. I mean, I do appreciate him being willing to, like...
Yeah, and honest, I guess.
The
That's
Smiths
really
are
familiar.
all proud to support your grace against Rhaenyra.
But
iron costs have grown.
You know what they say about everything that's said after but, or before.
If we could have the crown's coin before we started work, it would bring great relief. Not just to me, but to all the Smiths serving your cause.
You shall be paid, and paid well.
Otto's like, you can't do that!
Our victory depends on the efforts of the small folk.
What now? God.
You have my most sincere gratitude, your grace.
He's gonna kill him, and he's gonna just have him killed.
Otto's just like, he just had just this look of frustration on his face.
Tis the hand's want to keep a firm grip on things. Controlled your father the same way. Viserys had a certain reputation as being pliable.
I am aware.
I would think, as we find ourselves standing within a hair's breadth of war, that you would wish to be viewed differently.
How?
Otto Hightower was your father's hand, your grace.
Removal?
That's what I think.
To be your own person, you need to have your own hand.
See what you did there.
Mm-hmm.
I find myself wondering, do we pursue the same end?
I must admit there are days where I myself can't be sure.
I should tell you mine. It's victory.
And how would you define victory?
Rhaenyra bending the knee and Aegon sitting the Iron Throne in peace.
Not gonna happen, sorry.
Well, if that's how you describe it, then we are aligned.
Then be my ally.
I am.
An ally would not repeatedly cut my legs from beneath me at that table of men. I sit there and I feel your anger.
Frustration. These critical days since Viserys' passing haven't gone to plan.
That's not my fault.
The way she speaks reminds me of Cersei so bad.
Aegon is ever eager to prove himself, and Aemond is angry. Rhaenyra's son took his eye and was never punished for it. What he did, however vicious.
The caprice of youth.
We only need to mind Aegon until the novelty of rule is spent. Once he tires of it, you and I can steer our course to victory.
A fine strategy, daughter. But you must accept that the path to victory now is one of violence.
I love the shots of castles and ocean and... Sorry, sea.
When last we met, there were two of you.
Yep.
The White Worm.
Did you think I would wither in your absence?
How long have you been selling secrets to Otto Hightower?
As long as he had gold to pay for them.
Oh, shit.
Who sent you fleeing from King's Landing in such disrepair? Hmm? You put Aegon on the throne.
That was the Hightower's conspiracy. I merely profited from knowing Aegon's movements.
But you delivered him.
He would have returned home eventually for gold and for respite, as he always does. I simply spent the business along.
Business that ended with the theft of the Queen's throne and the murder of her son.
My arrangement with the Hand was purely transactional. I held no loyalty to him. Otto Hightower was to me as I am to your noble ilk, fodder to be cast off.
He's scary, dude.
Have her moved to the cells. She is to be treated as a traitor to the crown.
The lady speaks the truth. She was no agent of the Hightowers.
What is it to you?
A matter of honor.
Was it honor that made you stand by and watch as the Hightowers usurped the throne? Aegon was in your grasp. You should have killed him yourself.
I reckon our names at the King's Guard are just 8 and 10. And we swore the same oath to defend the whole of the royal family. So what were we to do when they turn against one another?
Imagine being sworn in at 8 and 10.
I just love how Daemon keeps putting these people on the spot, being like, you had a chance to do this and end it, and you didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, shit. Rhaenyra's back.
Mm-hmm. I love the music. The music is so good.
Your counsel stands at the ready, Your Grace. I will fly to Harrenhal at your command.
Your Grace, my Lord Husband's blockade of the gullet moves into place.
All Rhaenyra needs to say right now is...
Burn them all?
That'll work, too.
I want Aemond Targaryen.
I understand. It will be done, my queen.
Mm-hmm. As you wish. Different.
I wonder when and if, I mean, I guess it's an if, but I feel like it's definitely something that's going to happen at some point. An Aemon versus Daemon duel.
Aemon versus Daemon.
I feel like it's coming at some point.
WWE. No.
In your years as merchant of gossip, you surely accumulated spies within the Red Keep, servants who knew the comings and goings.
Scheme with someone else, Damon. I was once in your thrall, but no longer.
A transaction, then.
Is she trying to die, or...?
Your knowledge in exchange for your freedom.
He's making deals. He's trying to make moves happen.
Your Grace, Lady Jane Arryn has pledged her support in exchange for a dragon to guard the Vale. And Lord Kraken Stark has promised 2,000 men.
Stop doing that. Oh.
It's not a Your Grace moment, it's a mama moment.
Allery Florent. Viserys Targaryen.
Will this give the family some closure? Potentially.
I don't know. I hope so.
Officially saying goodbye.
You better light it. Do it.
Viserys Florent.
Oh, gosh. It's the mommy stuff, y'all. It's the mommy stuff. Nope. He's got to talk to some people.
Commander. Never gone for long. I'm told you bear a mislike for the Hightowers.
Fuck the Hightowers.
Okay, we're going right straight there.
The White Worm said you're one of Aegon's rat catchers.
I heard the White Worm was dead.
Her ghost told me you're a betting man. Fighting pits.
Dogs and bones.
How deep your debts?
Sorry.
I was also given to understand that you possess a unique knowledge of the Red Keep.
My ghost tunnels, great big rat's nest it is. I know them better than the shape of my own cock.
All right, well, there's that.
This is my friend. Tonight he's going to be your friend. You're to find and slay the Prince Aemon Targaryen.
I'm so sorry, what? You really think it's going to be that easy to do?
I understand he's quite good in a fight. You want to take caution. It's one half. If we get the other one, it's done.
What if we can't find him?
What if he tattles beforehand?
We've wasted precious days in this war of quills and ravens. Words are wind.
The Saxon distraction.
I should be flying cover on Vhagar. No castle would dare to raise Rhaenyra's banner against us.
Have you seen The Last Kingdom?
There's a 0% chance that he dies like that.
Yeah, there's no way.
My brother is hostage to my grandsire and mother, and they tell him that a war of dragons can yet be avoided.
'Tis inevitable. They must see that.
Alicent is simply angry. She blames me for starting this war, after she plotted with my father's council to usurp his throne.
She has a gentle heart, and Rhaenyra is a cunning spider. Long ago, she drew Alicent into her web.
Interesting analogy.
It is not your mother's fault.
She holds love for our enemy. That makes her a fool.
Christian Cole's interesting in his position.
It would concern me, grandson, if plans were being considered beyond the ears of your king and his hand. You've a zeal to act, I understand. I was young once myself.
I only wish to serve my king and my house.
You and Vhagar are the greatest single power in the realm.
Yeah.
If it wasn't obvious before, it certainly is now. But there are many pieces at play here, some of which you can't yet see.
Is that because he only has one eye, or?
You must keep a grip on your impulses.
He's such an awesome character. I love this.
So this whole assassination attempt, it was interesting. I forget her name right now, but the sister talking about the rats, and they're trying to implement or penetrate and kill with the rat catcher.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And I couldn't tell what she was whispering as she was...
Yeah, I couldn't hear her at the very beginning.
Doing her embroidery.
They didn't give us captions for it.
No. On purpose, probably.
Probably. So if anyone's analyzed that moment, drop it below.
But I feel like he's going to tattle right now on this guard. And then we're going to have a problem.
You think the rat catcher's going to tell?
Yeah. Because...
Why does he care? He's about to get a shit ton of... He's going to get even more.
He's not going to be able to fucking kill Aemon.
Whoa.
Ooh. Foreshadowing.
I'll search the next room.
Like, what do you think's going to happen? He's just going to wander up onto Aemon and just... Like, oh, hey, hi, yeah. My bad.
This is not going to happen. This is not happening.
No. It's no shot. Oh, shit.
For the rats.
The music is, like, building.
Stay still.
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit.
She's the queen.
A son for a son, he said. Or does she look like a fucking son to you?
Babies?
What the fuck?
They both look the same. Which one's a boy?
The mother knows.
Do anything but what I ask, and I'll bleed the whole lot of you. Which?
I have a necklace. It's of great value.
I'm not going to tell you which one of my children I want you to kill.
Is that why we got a scene with Jaehaerys?
It's the other one. She's not going to give up the king's heir that easy.
No, she's telling true.
Are you fucking kidding me?
They really just killed that baby?
What are they doing?
They're taking his head off. They're taking his fucking head off.
Holy shit.
What's happened? They killed the boy.
Holy shit. That's where the first episode ends. Oh my god. That's the son for a son right there.
That was not the right one.
Not the one that they were supposed to go after.
No, but that is awful.
I mean, the mission was Aemon, and they couldn't find Aemon, and then they walked into Helena's place and saw a child, queen, heir to the throne. Holy shit!
Just babies,
Dude.
babies.
And just like I'm very happy that they didn't actually show it. That would have been
I appreciate that very
fucking
much.
awful. But the sounds of what they were doing was awful. Just absolutely disgusting. I thought that was a really good start.
Yeah.
It set a really strong foundation. It was a little bit of a like foundation episode where it just took us everywhere. I loved seeing Winterfell and seeing the wall at the beginning and that Stark music, and just it felt so just Game of Thrones, hearing that right off the bat. And just that's one of those songs when I hear it, I hear that, and the instrument that's playing, it just immediate just takes me back, and just the chills. But
I'm glad I wore my Stark shirt today.
I know, seriously. I wasn't sure like where this show was ever gonna like go there, because obviously we saw some Starks in the last season, but I mean, seeing the wall and seeing that play out was pretty interesting. I thought that was cool. But like they literally hopped around everywhere to like update us where everyone's at, where everyone's mindset is, what's going on. And just seeing Rhaenyra, I'm wondering if now she has that closure from being able to find some remains of the scene of the crime, I guess you could say, and actually having a ceremony and farewell to her son. And the fact that she showed back up and was like, I want Aemon.
Yeah.
That's all she said. And that's just, I feel like that's all she needed to say in that moment, because she's going through a lot. I mean, when Jace showed up and like tried to be like my Grace and try to like talk business.
It's time for mommy.
Yeah, that was a moment where it's like, Mom, like.
And they've already lost a dad, now losing a brother, and it's like, I just want my mommy.
Yeah, that was a brutal scene. But just watching how, and obviously it makes sense for her to be just so destroyed and distraught from the situation. And again, I think maybe that closure will help.
Yeah.
And I mean, help in terms of
the sadness,
the decisions of what needs to happen next.
Yeah. Now it's just all anger.
It feels like it's just going to be straight war. And the idea that just like thinking about what just happened and how that played out, and the fact that Helena was talking about the rats and the rat catcher, and that dude showed up and took her child. Like, that's just, anytime she speaks, you need to just like rewind and listen and just see what she's saying, because it's going to mean something, because she has that foresight. She could see what's going on. And when she's talking in these riddles, it's like, what does that mean? Like, what are these rats?
I hate that no one listens to her. Like, that part sucks.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. And it seems like every time she says something, something happens as a result. And again, she's got that track record, and just, that's awful and disgusting and horrible. And it's just one of those things where I'm wearing his Rogue Prince shirt, like him doing rogue shit right now, where that wasn't part of the plan. Obviously Rhaenyra told him to go get Aemon, and he tried to make that plan happen, but he did it his way. And then like, what is this going to result in now? I mean, there's no way they're going to be like, oh yeah, we got your son, you took one of our son. Like, there's no way that shit's just going to be like, okay, we're even now, cool, can we have peace? Hell no, that ain't happening.
No, it's going to get worse.
This is going to get escalated big time. And I thought a lot of what was being said and talked about was interesting. And I mean, Aegon is, I mean, he's not serious. Like, I don't think he could be taken.
He doesn't want to do this. He's never wanted to do
friggin'
this.
hanging out, partying, lounging on the Iron Throne. Like,
Aemon was the one that wanted all of this.
I just thought it was really funny during the pledges or whatever. He was just like, I kind of appreciate that about him, but it's also very naive of him
what the
to be
hell
like,
does magnanimous mean?
but him just like, oh yeah, you want your goats back? Cool, here's your goats. And it's like, dude, bro, like
because he doesn't care.
You do that for one, you got to do that for everyone. Like, literally every single person that we've taken from is going to show up and be like, hey, you gave him like, He's like, oh, they won't know. It's like, dude, stop. But the idea that he was told by, was it Laris that told him that he needs to remove, he needs to be his own man, essentially. And he's like,
Pick your own hand.
Otto was the hand of your father, so it's like, get rid of him so that you could do your own thing and get your own position. But again, I thought that was a really good start. I thought the visuals were friggin' magnificent.
Oh, so
they looked really, really great. The music always great.
Yeah.
I love the open. I'm giddy with excitement that Game of Thrones is back because I loved that first season, and I think this season is just going to take things to another level.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously there's books written about this show. If you have knowledge of any of that stuff, please keep it to yourselves. We don't know anything about the source material.
I don't want to know. I want to watch it.
Yeah, we're watching the show. We'll talk about source material later when this show's over and if they stay true or whatever. But if there's source material conversations, just please keep it to yourself. And for
don't
others,
spoil it for anybody else.
For others that also don't read the material and just watch the show and watch the content,
I want to genuinely enjoy watching.
For sure. So just keep all that to yourself. But one thing I mentioned, when they came up with this plan to get Aemon, no shot.
No.
Like, there's no way that was playing out. And I asked earlier if you think we'll get an Aemon versus Daemon duel at some point. I think that has to happen.
That'd be awesome.
I think that has to play out at some point because...
Is it dragon on dragon?
No, it's got to be hand-to-hand. Yeah. It needs to be sword combat. It needs to be a duel. And it's just one of those things where just their relationship, their family ties, the sides that they're on currently, I think that would be an amazing fight. And I think that's definitely something that needs to happen at some point. But the fact that it's one of those unfortunate things where they try to like, oh, hey, like Aemon's going to be in trouble. It's like, he's not dying like that.
No.
It's not going to be some sneak attack, stealthy thing where this rat catcher and this hired killer's going to show up in his place and just take him out. Like,
no.
He's too cunning for that. He's way too smart.
I can't believe they killed a child.
I know. You handled that way better than I was expecting.
They didn't show it.
Yeah.
I didn't love the sounds.
Yeah.
But they didn't show it.
The baby was sleeping and we'll see what happens as a result. But overall, what do you think of that first episode?
It's very good. I miss this show so much. Everybody loves a hot D.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's facts.
We all love a hot D.
For sure.
I mean, yeah. So,
All
no,
right.
I just loved it. I missed the characters. I love the fact that, like, the characters look exactly the same.
Yeah, and I think we'll stay true to that probably at this point.
For the most part, they look exactly. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, we're not going to have different actors playing the same characters anymore like we had in season 1, which was a little jarring at times, but I adjusted very quickly to that because it's like, okay, well, we're doing time jumps. Obviously, the time that we jumped wasn't all that important. It didn't matter that much to this current story. So, like, that stuff was fine, but I hope that we're staying true and, like, even as these actors age, like, the characters age, like, they're not going to change that much.
Like Aemon, like, it just makes me miss The Last Kingdom so much.
Yeah, that was pretty wild watching House of the Dragon and then seeing him in that.
And you're like, oh my God.
Such a different character.
Yeah,
Incredible. But great start. I thought that first episode was really good. Obviously, you guys share all your thoughts, leave your comments. If you're into the full watch alongs, go find that. Links to all that stuff down below. But yeah, talk about it. Share your thoughts. Anything else?
No.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week for the next one. Have a good one. Bye.